Hey everyone! First of all, I just want to say, if you look at me right now, I do not have glasses on. I do have contacts. I just want to let you know that. Maybe you didn't know why. But we got a big week of football coming up. From now on, you can't afford to really lose the game unless you're, of course, maybe a team like 8 wins or more. That's all I'm going to say. 8 wins or more, you can afford a loss. But right now, let's just look down the list. I'll name some AFC and NFC teams that can't afford the loss. The Vikings, the Raiders, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, all those guys cannot. Like if they lose, there's like a 60% chance they're in playoff contention. Let's get right into this video, yeah. Okay, the first game I have on the list is the Browns versus Titans. Now, in this game, I want to pick the Browns back because they're my team. But I'm going to have to give this one to the Titans. I mean, we can afford a loss. I'm not going to be incredibly mad with it. I honestly think it's going to be a pretty close game. I'm going to watch it total. I mean, it's going to be a really fun game to watch. But I do have the Titans, unfortunately, in this one. Prove me wrong, Browns. Hopefully, because if they win this game, first of all, it'll be our first non-losing season. It'll be our first winning season ever. Second of all, like literally probably like in 20 years, like 15 years. Second thing is, if we win this, there's like literally I can think of just right now. So if we're 9-3, and let's just say, out of curiosity, Raiders win, the Colts get upset, and the Ravens get upset somehow by the Cowboys. Lamar Jackson's not there, and their defense plays bad, and their offense sucks. Which is that happens, okay? And we win. That means we'll be 9-3. The Ravens will be 6-6, and the Colts will be 7-5. It's gonna take them to absolutely claw back, especially for the Ravens, because then all we have to do is beat the Jets and the Giants, and we're ahead of them. So let's just those are some big games coming up, huge games coming up for both these, and that means we're automatically. I mean, come on now. Unless the Ravens win out and we don't beat the Jets and we don't beat the Giants, the Raiders and the Ravens lose one more game, they'll be ahead of them. Raiders win, those will be 7-5 still, and the Colts lose, they'll be 7-5. We'll have the tiebreaker over them, we'll have the tiebreaker with the Raiders, but I mean that can all happen this week, and I love this week. So let's stop talking about the Browns. My score prediction for this game is Titans 28, Browns 23. I feel like the Titans will be able to control the clock tempo. I think they have not been really doing well this year. That's why they lost to the Bengals. They also lost to the top Colts. That's why they almost get upset by the Denver Broncos. They have no time possession because Derrick Henry is such a good runner. And he can't get a 2-yard gain. That's the one thing I noticed about Derrick Henry. I think he's the best running back in football, but he cannot get 1 yard. For some reason, in fantasy, he cannot get a touch from the 1-yard line. Raiders, Jets, pretty self-explanatory. The one thing that could happen for the Jets is since the Raiders are going all the way to the East Coast, maybe that's something. I mean, honestly, I would not count completely the Jets out. Usually in every game of the year, I count the Jets out. But since you're staying home, and the Raiders are coming to you, I give you a slight chance. I'll give you about a 20% chance to win this game. If you can shock the world. I think the Raiders win this one pretty convincingly, 30-17. That's my opinion. Jags, Vikings, I'm going with a huge upset here. I'm going the Vikings. I'm going the Jaguars to beat the Minnesota Vikings. The Jaguars have been literally one of the teams that cannot buy a win, but can always make it close. They came in close to the Packers. They came in close with the Browns. They came in close with the Colts. They beat the Colts, actually. They came in close to the Titans, if we don't remember at the beginning of the year. They've always kept it close versus, They've always kept it close versus Titans. The Texans both time they played. And that's 7 really close games, and they've lost 10. Only other games they really got blown out was the Steelers, besides that, they've come close every single game. I feel like they'll finally break through the shell here and get a win 28-27. Bengals, Dolphins, I'm giving this to the Dolphins. Their schedule's so easy, they just have to have one loss, though. And I really think the Dolphins are not going to be a contender. People say that our schedule's easy. The only hard team they have is the Chiefs. It's a really hard team. That's basically a loss. But then, besides that, they lose one game. I guess they're done. But, yeah. I'm giving the Dolphins to win this one 28-13. Colts, Texans, I'm giving this to the Colts barely. I think Deshaun Watson puts on a show. And I think this is going to be an actual upset pick for a lot of you, including I was leaning towards that route. I feel like the Texans will actually win this game. They're visiting the Texans. The Texans are not a bad football team recently. So, I honestly might give this one favor to the Texans. At this point. I think the Colts are favored, might be by a lot of people. But if you really think about it, first of all, they're going for the season sweep. Second of all, they're on the road. Third of all, the Texans have been playing really good lately. And fourth of all, Deshaun Watson. But I do think the Colts will win, but I don't know what to say about that. I think I'm just going to pick the Colts. I'm flipping the coin. So I'm not going to put the score prediction. Lions, Bears, this could be a game that I am going to dread. If the Bears lose this game, because this is one of the weeks where there's really no great games on, and I feel like I think I might get all my upset picks right. So I did last week. I did amazing last week. Didn't tell you guys. I only missed 2 games. I only missed the second Thursday game, and the Rams 49ers game. So really good week for me. Anyway, I think the Bears win this game. I think Mr. Trubisky barely does enough, and the Bears defense picks apart the Lions' offensive line, which everyone's out. Rich Wagner, Mortz Van Boopens, I don't know how to say his name. The Bears win this one 17-3. Saints, Falcons. I think that usually I would say they might go for the sweep. Didn't go for the sweep. Couldn't go for the sweep. You're on the road in Atlanta. Julio Jones back. But I gotta give this to the Saints. It's gonna be a little bit close, not a lot. But I do think the Saints end up winning this game because of the fact that Taysom Hill is so decisive with his runs, and you really don't know where he's going. Plus, he's a good player. Giants versus Seahawks. I'm giving this to the Seahawks. Of course I am. Seahawks win this one 3-10. I don't know what to say. Gotta go quickly. It's been a way too long video. Rams versus Cards. Gotta give us other cards. Pats, Chargers, Eagles, Packers, Broncos, Chiefs, football team, Steelers, football team. Let me talk about that one. Bills, 49ers, Bills, Ravens, Cowboys, Ravens. See you guys. Ravens, Cowboys, Ravens. See you guys later. Peace. Hope you have a good day and a good night.